Young's Club, I'm on Yuga Master Duel, and I'm going to be showing you some replays today. So I'm using Dark Magician in 2024. I believe this is my first Dark Magician video in 2024. Yeah, has to be. Right? Or is... I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've played Master Duel much this month. But yeah, using Dark Magician. This is before the new Forbidden and Limited list update, so keep that in mind. You know, the one they had on 10th of January. I think, I don't know if in this duel, but the duels after this, I decided to use one Kashtira Fenrir just to sort of prepare for the new Forbidden and Limited list. I think I added another secret village of the Spellcasters, so I got rid of Kashtira Fenrir, just one copy. Now, the reason why all this happened, I wanted to summon the Dark Magicians and then play Dark Magical Circle. But my opponent, you know, played Maxi and all that, so I had to do something else where I just get Eternal Soul and summon Dark Magician to banish something on my opponent's side. Because I wanted to summon the Dark Magicians, play Dark Magical Circle, look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and then if I get a Dark Magician related card, boom, get it to my hand. And then if there's a card I like, I can just draw it with the Dark Magicians. So I didn't get Secrets of Dark Magic with Magician's Rod. So I know it looked a little weird, like what I was doing. Because, you know, I could have used Called by the Grave. Yeah, I did use Called by the Grave on Maxi. And then my opponent played Ghost Bell to negate Called by the Grave. So that's what just made me do this instead of summoning the Dark Magicians. And then my opponent played Ash Blossom. So I was just like, huh. Okay, well now you only have like, what, 2 cards in your hand? Well, 3 now, but yeah, so I just thought I'd do this where I just use Eternal Soul. And then my opponent played Evenly Matched. So I used Eternal Soul to draw Dark Magic Attack, because I did not want to draw it. And then I banished every card here except for Infinite Permanence, and then my opponent just set down 1 card and ended their turn. But yeah, just all these hand traps. So I used Dark Magical Circle. Found Soul Servant, which was really nice. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't set this down. In this duel I did so many weird things. The reason why I didn't set down Soul Servant was because I liked the card I was going to draw, which is this, Illusion of Chaos. So I was like, oh, I'm perfectly fine with drawing Illusion of Chaos. Like, that's why I didn't set down Soul Servant. I didn't want to get it, like, I didn't want Soul Servant getting destroyed, you know? So I used Dark Magical Circle, and what was my opponent using? Oh yeah, Trap Tricks. I guess my opponent got bricked with all these hand traps. But in this duel, I summon a fusion. I don't really summon too much. I do summon it sometimes. Not like, it's not something you would summon to have at the start of the duel or something. It's just something you would summon if you're going to be very aggressive, like here for example. So I used Secrets of Dark Magic, and I fused into Master of Chaos, summoned Dark Magician from my graveyard, and it was GG. So attack and attack. Yeah, a lot of weird stuff I did, but just remember why I did those stuff. You know, Maxi didn't make me want to get the summon the Dark Magicians, and I didn't want to set down Soul Servant because I really liked the idea of drawing Illusion of Chaos and then just using Soul Servant for the other stuff. It's pretty funny how my opponent just had all of these hand traps. Oh my god. Like, yeah, like, you don't want to just have all your hand traps in your hand only. It happens sometimes, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure this is the duel right after. And then I had Evenly Matched. I was like, oh, cool. I don't know what the hell my opponent was doing here. I guess my opponent got bricked, because this is all my opponent did. Just summon this. Like, yeah, so I don't know. So I used Infinite Permanence on that. And I'm pretty sure it's GG. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I summoned Dark Magician. I banished that fusion. Then I summoned Ash Blossom to Synchro Summon into Baron. And then I attacked, which was nice. And then, yeah, that's all I could do, but... Yeah, I guess me and my opponent had some weird thing going on. I really like Magicalized Fusion, but... I don't know, it's not something you want to start with, and I feel like it's one of those cards you're just going to start with. No, I want it in my deck to summon, Quintet Magician, but I don't know. Then my opponent left, so yeah. Speaking of Quintet and Magicalized Fusion, let me know if you want to see a video where I use Quintet again, because honestly I think that'd be pretty fun. I haven't used Quintet in the longest time, and it was so fun destroying my opponent's cards. That was pretty cool. So yeah, let me know if you want to see Quintet and Magicalized Fusion in my Dark Magician deck. Alright, so I used Magician's Rod to get Secrets of Dark Magic. I fusion summoned into the Dark Magicians. And then I used Soul Servant. And I found Dark Magical Circle. Also, I realized my laptop charger, like, it wasn't plugged into my laptop, so maybe the footage didn't look as good. Now, I mean, I'm not saying it looks good now, but looking at it now, it looks more smooth, because when I plug my laptop charger in, it makes it more powerful. So, I don't know if you can tell the difference now, but for me, I can on my side. So, my opponent got rid of the Dark Magicians and summoned that Kaiju monster to my field. I wish that if the Dark Magicians leave the field, you just summon Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. But that's if they get destroyed by battle, I believe. If this card is destroyed, yeah. So, destroyed only, which is very unfortunate. I had no idea what the hell my opponent was using. I thought my opponent was using Elemental Heroes or something, yeah. So that was my opponent's normal summon, so I summoned Dark Magician to banish that, and then it turns out my opponent's using Dark Magician. I then used Fusion Deployment to summon Dark Magician. Went into the Dark Magician... went into Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Yeah, so my opponent played this and got that, and I was like, oh my god, that's actually going to be very bad. Until I drew this Super Polymerization. So he's called by the grave to banish Dark Magician. And then I used Super Polymerization. It was very interesting what my opponent did. Like, that was pretty cool. But, yeah, just unfortunate for them. I mean, I don't think they could win anyway because my hand is pretty good. You know, Kashtira Fenra, you know, Magician's Rod, Pot of Prosperity. There can be only one. I was in a very good spot still, even if I didn't have Super Polymerization and my opponent destroyed all my cards. But yeah, I think I still would have won regardless. But yeah, it's just very interesting. I was like, oh, you're not using Elemental Hero, you're actually using Dark Magician. Like, I saw a few people use Dark Magician this season in Master Duel, which is very crazy. I don't really see anyone use Dark Magician anymore. I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm glad people are using Dark Magician because it's such a fun, cool deck. So I used Magician Salvation to get Eternal Soul, and then I used Dark Magical Circle, and I got lucky and found Secrets of Dark Magic. Now the thing is, I didn't get Secrets of Dark Magic with Magician's Rod because I was comfortable with Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle, and Secret Village of the Spellcasters, and Dark Magician in my hand. Just so my opponent can't play spell cards, and then I can just banish something they play like a monster or something. But then I got lucky and got Secrets of Dark Magic. So I fused into the Dark Magicians. And then I played Secret Village of the Spellcasters. I drew a card. The cards I was going to draw weren't the best. I think the next one was Fenra or something. But I did draw a card. Oh no, it was Magician Souls, that's right. So my opponent played this card right here. I summoned Dark Magician, banished that monster, and that's pretty much what I wanted to originally do before getting Secrets of Dark Magic. But yeah, then my opponent left, so I'm glad I run 2 copies now. This spell card, like this field card, is just so good. Well, yeah, some duels are just pretty fast, especially if I go first. Just lock them with Secret Village of the Spellcasters. But here I think there's a few turns, so I don't think it's very fast. So I believe my opponent is using Trap Tricks here. So I use Maxi, and yep, my opponent's using Trap Tricks. Then I used Ash Blossom. So I had a few hand traps, so I was a little meh. But yeah, I was wondering if my opponent was going to link summon to Trap Trick Sarah, and then my opponent did. And guess what I got? Maxi. Always. So I summoned Magician's Rod, and then I got Magician's Salvation, I attacked, and then I fusion summoned to... Well, I tried fusion summoning to the Dark Magicians, but then my opponent played Solemn Judgment on that, and I was like, really? Are you sure? Alright. Sure. So, I link summoned to Artemis. Then I played Magician's Salvation to get Eternal Soul from my deck to the field. Here, I actually forgot to set down Super Polymerization. So I just want to mention that. But let's just pretend that I wanted to use Maxi, but then I didn't want my Dark Magician getting banished by... No. Actually, no, yes. Because let's say I set down Super Polymerization, I use Maxi, Dark Magician's the only card I have in my hand. What if my opponent has Called by the Grave? Sure, I have Eternal Soul, but I don't know. Let's just pretend it was that, and I didn't forget to set it down, right? Yeah. I forgot to set it down, oh my god. But it's fine. So my opponent summoned that to get that from their deck to their hand. Bottomless Trap Hole. It's funny, my opponent didn't read Dark Magician cards at all, which is it's so hilarious. It always happens, even in 2024, right? So my opponent used this on Dark Magician. I have Eternal Soul. Please read my trap card. It's the reason why your trap card didn't work. Then my opponent summoned Trap Trick Sarah. Then ended their turn. And of course I drew the same card. So I got Magician Souls, and then I used Eternal Soul. My opponent used Maxi, which I was fine with, because it's like, well, I think you lose anyway, because this is Bottomless Trap Hole, and you only have 3,600 life points. So I actually got Dark Magic Attack, and then my opponent played that to protect their spells and traps, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was very cool. I like that. That's actually very good for trap tricks. So I use Super Polymerization now on my opponent's monsters. I guess you could also say that I knew my opponent wasn't going to special summon much, which is why I didn't set down Super Polymerization. I'm gonna let it go. Let's just pretend, yeah, whatever. So I use my effect to make it like my opponent can't target dark monsters. Here I was fine with my opponent using Bottomless Trap Hole, because the effect still goes through. So I got Dark Magical Circle. Then I attacked, and it was GG. I could have played Dark Magical Circle, Magician Souls and whatever, but I just saw my opponent had low life points, so I just attacked, and yeah, GG. Alright, so this is the deck I was using in those replays. If my opponent, the one before this, the replay before this, if my opponent like played a card that said end the battle phase or something, then I would have played Dark Magical Circle, Magician Souls, and then just banish my opponent's face down or something like that. But yeah, I saw my opponent had like low life points. I thought I'd just attack instead of just wasting time. I could have attacked with Dark Magician to get the animation, but I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I was like, I'm just going to attack, low life points. I don't know why this is still in my deck. It's just, I haven't really summoned it since the showcase. I wanted it for the longest time. And then it's just like, if I'm going to summon a dragon with fusion summon a dragon with Dark Magician, it's always going to be Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, you know? So yeah, it's kind of like not Battle of Chaos, Master of Chaos. It's like Master of Chaos, where it's not a fusion you would summon at the start. It just depends on the situation. If you want to deal lots of damage, and you know you can win, Master of Chaos. And same with Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic. I don't know if I should take it out or not. I'm going to keep it there. Maybe I'll make a video where I use it again, because it just hasn't been situations where, like, there's not just some games where I just don't get my opponent's life to 0 because I sort of stop them from doing stuff like, you know, Secret Village of the Spellcasters, you know, these trap cards, and yeah, so, you know, but I'm still going to keep it there because, you know, maybe there'll be a situation where it helps me, and yeah, because could be better, obviously, like much better, but, you know, maybe I'll make a quintet video after this, and then also Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic. Alright, thank you all for watching. I think the next video might be Blue Eyes or Quintet, one of those, and I will see you later. Also, I want to try and stream more. Let me know what you think about that. Bye!